in regards to relationship, I feel like I just like I've been told that it's hard for me to let shit go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, by people and shit like that. And I think it is because if it bothers me, it's gonna bother me until it's done with.
Because it's affecting a core value.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so it's not like I had this discussion today, with my partner, and it's like, she said, it feels like we're nitpicking at small stuff, right? Like in our relationship, and that's what creates problems. And I was like, okay, I disagree with that statement, because these little things are what make the relationship, right? It's not the big problems, right? It's the little things that lead to the big problem, right? And we made I made a simple example. I don't know if this is the best example, but like throwing your glass in the sink, like throwing it, not gently putting it there, but throwing it, let's say when you're done, or like being very aggressive, and to somebody that might be like, hey, that's insignificant, why are you making a big point about it? And I'm not saying that it's to me a big point or to her, but I'm just saying to somebody might be like, well, I just care that we take care of the stuff that we have, because I value what we have. And if you're very you neglect what we had, that's not a good characteristic that I like in a person, right? I like somebody that is grateful and that is able to value the things that we have, right? Like, it might seem like something that's insignificant, and like I said, this might be the best example, right? But it's those little things that are gonna add up. Like, they throw that, they do this, they do that, and like it's like all these little things that you're like, hey, I gotta talk about this. Is frustrating me, and people, when they don't talk about it, it leads to a big problem.
I think the thing is, it actually isn't the little things there. I think that there's like an overall like thing. I remember with my roommate, in my head I would have like these nitpicking things, but I really didn't care about all that shit. Honestly, it was just this other thing bothering me. This like almost like we had to talk about certain shit, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Where it wasn't, that cup didn't bother me that you placed it there, bro. I really am, to me, and this is for me, something else is bothering me that I had to make this a problem so we could discuss something.
Oh, I see.
I told this to another girl that I was talking to también.
But wait, couldn't it be that
I don't think it's a glass cup in the sink.
No.
But I think it's that like the fact that it made you alert something. There's a problem already within you.
I understand that, but I'm saying it's an expression of whatever philosophy is being run, which can be a dismissive philosophy to whatever we have.
Maybe, but I think it's better to find out before you have like an answer, because I feel like you almost already have the answer before you talk about it.
What do you mean?
If you like think it's like the expression of you put in the cup, it might be you like reaching for an answer before it's. So like, for example, I think, and maybe actually I don't know if I'm right or wrong or whatever, but I think it's important to like well, for example, for me, I did it to bring up, I did it almost like I had realized that I was doing it because we were talking about some shit, and I was like kind of like to her I was nitpicking something too, but I was like, man, I told her I really honestly don't even care about that shit. I'm trying to talk about this other shit you told me, because this is what bothered me. I just had to fucking bring that shit up so we could talk about this resistance that I feel. Okay, because the resistance is real. I don't care about the cup. Like, tell me what's popping for real. Like, what do you want? Instead, and I'm not gonna like. I guess it's just a dance with words. I guess, but
no. I mean, there's something there.
I think it's more so. Well, I was genuinely confused. I didn't come with no like results. I didn't come with no like. I think this is this because of that, because you've been doing this. I was like, man, like what's like something's off. Tell me, like you tell me what you feel off. Like I don't got no solutions for this shit right now, though. It's
well, that's when you're at the pure state, when you're like you're both. But see, like,
well, I think I'm like that for the most part with like my relationships. If something's bothering me, I'm like, man, it's bothering me.
Well, I think that's the best way to be, right? Because you're listening to your emotions.
Like, I can't tell you what it is, and I know it's not no glass cups. I don't give a fuck about no glass cups wherever. And I'm not just telling, just to nitpick what you're saying.
But it can be specific. Like, for example, like I like microcleaning.
Yeah,
right?
I guess. But is it? Would you say it's easier to talk about if it wasn't as? Because then they're gonna look at the visuals that you're giving them and say, no, I don't care about that club. No, so let's talk about the feeling then, like, because I know you feel this feeling too.
No, I know, but it helps to communicate why that expresses what I'm trying to talk about. It's kind of like a vector point. Like, I'm going to choose that to get to where I'm going.
Yeah. But talk about where you're going more than that.
But sometimes you don't know necessarily everything, right? So you can use like, that bothered me. And I want to play the game with you. Like, I don't know why that bothered me. Let's play the game, right? Like, and then it's like, well, I think it's maybe because of this, right? Like, because you generally don't know. Yeah, but it's because if you say, I'm feeling, let's say I'm feeling tense. Why are you feeling tense?
Yeah, shit.
Right?
I think the last time you talked to me, we ended up like this. And it didn't make me feel good.
I know, but then, see, we're working with no substance here, right? Like, so I would be like, I don't know, dude. I don't know why exactly I'm feeling off. Now you got to start thinking about things, right? Like,
the fucking, like, I think you want to start thinking about things, though.
Well, then
I think it's because
you want to start thinking about
like
things,
with emotional, and just how I separated the philosophical of like it just might just be me, but like the more primal things of working out versus like a philosophical state of mind and stuff like that. I think for me with emotions, I don't know. You are always better with analogies than me, but I'm not really that good with analogies. I'm gonna just tell you how I feel.
No, but you assume that you know how you feel. Like, I can say, for example, in my relationship, hey, I feel tension right now. I feel like there's tension in the air. I don't know exactly why. I'm trying to figure this out with you. Can we try to figure out why there's tension here? Yeah, but then we ask, I don't know. Let's think about it. Let's see why do you think there's tension? We're like, I'm not. That was a little example.
No, and I'm not trying.
It's not like the dishes, right?
But, no,
but it would be like, well, I don't know, and then she can be like, oh, I don't know either. Well, did you feel tense? Like, yeah, I felt a little tense, and then she can be like, well, I've been stressed out at work, and this has been going on. But those are the little things, right? That's what I'm talking about. Like, you gotta talk about those little things and be like, oh, okay, so does it bother you? Do you think it's because of this? Like, it's further understanding both parties, right? Like, because I think in a relationship, it can't just be one-sided, right? Like, because I can't be like, hey, I'm frustrated, fix it. No, of course and not. Of course not. It's like, well, I feel tension because you were tense, but I thought you were tense because of something that we did. And I'll be like, oh, no, I didn't even have to do with you. I was just tense because of this. But only through that process can you understand that situation.
I think I would want to get with and I agree, but I think I want to get with a partner that has as much self-confidence in like how they feel to tell me exactly how they feel. And if I'm bringing my problem just directly to you, I want to talk about it with you. Like, I don't want to talk like, and I hope you tell me the same way you feel. You know what I mean? That would just be the type of relationship I would want.
Yeah. But how is this not that relationship? If I tell you this is how I feel, and then they're like, okay, this is how I feel, but I think it's because of these reasons.
Yeah.
I think both parties are genuine.
Yeah, that's good.
Right? But then why do I still feel like it's not working out? And why did like say she feels like it's still not working out? Because I think it's like we were talking about this. So we say, okay, what makes a good relationship? Good communication. Why? Because it helps you connect and understand each other better.
Yeah.
But then we have a second layered problem, and maybe this is just me. But I'm like, it feels like communication is better, but connection is not. There's still a problem. Is this still a communication issue or a compatible issue? Are we aligned in our philosophies and what we want to do towards our life and the way of being? Like, how do we do this? How do we do this?
Well, there has to be an alignment with the philosophy. That's why I don't know.
A misalignment, you mean? If both parties are feeling incontent?
Yes. Yeah. Because there is negative people and there is... I hate to say negative people.
So at this point you feel... Okay, so at this point when you feel... Okay, I feel like there's misalignment. But then it feels like, well, why can't we work on it? Like... Because to me, I don't know, right? It feels like if I ask, are you trying to work towards this? And the answer is yes. Am I trying to work towards this? The answer is yes. Then what is the issue here? If we're both trying, things take work. Things take work. Things take work. So if we're both in for the dream, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have answers.
If the dream regards someone, if the dream regards someone else changing, I don't think someone's ever gonna change.
Okay. Yeah. But
because I don't want to I want to be me. I want to be me in the relationship. I don't want to be the person you thought I was when we started dating. I don't give a fuck about that person. Yeah, you know, I'm who I am. And I don't want to. To me, I don't want you to be nobody else, but who I fucking meet. You know what I mean? Like, tell me who you are. And like,
yeah, but like in a relationship, so like you can. So
you grow up. And stuff.
But no. It's like, okay, something happened. So you say, oh, the magic died off. Well,
Yeah.
And I've said this before. I think love is unconditional. It's like primary. Love is primary, like an emotion. But a relationship is conditional and it has conditions, and we don't always know what those are, right? They just are there, right? Because you're not gonna date somebody who's 300 pounds. They started at like let's say.
What do you love BBLs? I mean, not BBLs.
No.
BBWs,
But I'm saying you started. Obviously, you scoped out what was available, and you were like 160. That's my range. You go for that, right? But then they turned out to be 300 pounds. It's gonna be an issue, right? It's gonna be an issue. So that's a condition on the relationship, whether it was stated in the beginning or not, right? You might still love them, but
you don't love them as much because they're fat now.
No, because it's more than that. Just like the glass is like, hey, you really don't care about your body or your soul or your mind as much as I thought you did, right? And that's weighing on me, and something has changed. One of the variables, one of the conditions that we had that was not spoke about, but it was obviously because dude, we don't go up to like a. Yeah, I mean, we select. There's a selection process, and those are conditions, and they have variables, whatever. I don't want to lose my train of thought, but
shout out the BBWs though.